Good morning, everyone. I'm here to show you a 3x3 spiral door. Not a piston door, but a spiral door, and I'll show you why it's called a spiral door. Ready? Because it looks like that. It looks, as the name suggests, like a spiral. But pretty much that's what the opening sequence is like. I'll show you this closing sequence. Plugs up like a finger in a butthole, and I'll show you how to make that almost right now. Before we get into it, I just want to say if you liked any of the contraptions that you saw around it, it's probably on my channel, the tutorial. And wait, hang on, let me do this properly. Let's go third person. Let's turn that off and let's zoom right in so you can see my beautiful face. Alright, if you liked any of the contraptions, it's probably on my channel, and if you liked the video, please subscribe. I might make something that's helpful to you in the future, and it'll really help because I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. And that's all. Let's get into whatever video I'm making at the moment. But anyway, over here is where we're going to make it. And what you want is a piston setup that's like this with obsidian on that piston there. Actually, wait, I think we can put the obsidian there if you want. That's probably the best place for it. And so what you want is to put the blocks that your wall or whatever the floor is, however you want the door to look, 3 across there, blocks onto there, block on there, and blocks up there. And that's the layout of the build. The first part of the circuit is placing 2 blocks down like that with an observer on that one, an observer on that one, an observer looking into that observer with a block there. Then you delete that one, grab a hopper and place the hopper there with a repeater going into that set to 4 ticks with a switch on that side and a torch on that side. And then what that should look like if I do this is if we switch it on, those 2 go up, and then when you switch it off, that grabs it. And ignore that piston. That piston isn't gonna, the pulse that goes through that isn't gonna matter that much because of something we'll do later on. And for the next part, what you want to do is put observer there with a block coming down and out like that with a repeater on that block set to 4 ticks. Let's put that there, put that 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you want a block there, and there. And you definitely want a block there, but it should be whatever block your floor is. But that block's essential. And you grab your torch onto there. And you put a torch onto there like that. And then what you want is to grab a sticky piston, come around and place it so that that torch is powering it with an observer looking at that arm, an observer just on the top of there. And then you want a repeater on that sticky piston set to 3 ticks. And then all that's left to do for this part, observer there. So that should be the double piston extender all finished. If we come up like that, that does the middle part, and then it comes down. And that in most 3x3 piston doors is the bulk of the circuitry, but considering it's a spiral door, there's quite a bit more circuitry going along the top up there. Now, for the right side, assuming that you're facing this way's the front, on this side, the right side of it, you come around like this, up like that with a block, and see this torch we placed? You put a repeater there set to 2 ticks. And then you have a sticky piston, or actually normal piston probably be better. Any piston, either one of the 2, you come down like that with a torch onto that like there. And then you put a block up like that, block up like that, and then you come up with a torch on that side and a torch there with any type of piston up onto there, come out like that with a torch on there, and then redstone dust on there, and that should be that side all done. If we give it a go, that goes nice and spirally, I guess, and there we go. Now let's do the top on the other side. The top is just a quick one. We come up like that with dust and a repeater. Set the repeater to the default no ticks with a torch, and this has to be a sticky piston here. The sticky piston on there, a torch on there, and redstone dust on there. For the final part of it, what you want to do is come out with a torch like that onto there with obsidian on that block and a piston there, so the piston doesn't go down, because you'll see why later. Then a torch on there with a piston there, put a block there, piston there, and destroy that block. Then you come down like that with redstone dust, out with a torch like that, and then a torch onto that block there, and then you should be nice and done if we just, put that there to complete the door. There we go, it closes up nicely, and it opens up nicely.